Hello, this is my Let's Play of Helltown. This game piqued my interest straight away because the store description says it does not include generic Unity or Unreal store assets, laughable grammar and cheap jump scares. And I think this is a fantastic thing for them to say, because you see all the time these very shitty asset flick games where you have these developers who all they do is they go to the Unity store, they buy a bunch of assets and then they just paste it as a full title when they haven't actually created anything of themselves. Popular monsters that you'll see in such games are the spider with the human head, like human face on its back, and also a sort of zombie in a straitjacket. You'll see them all the time in these really crappy games, and it really hurts the Steam storefront with this massive lack of quality because they often have this incredibly poor English as well. And if they can't be bothered to give you the most basic sentence that is correct, there is no faith at all in their abilities as a developer to offer a good product at all, or anything of worth or value. Sadly, Valve do not care for the quality of their storefront at all, and so they're just letting everything go to waste. This game, however, seems, well, wonderful. I absolutely love the look at it. It reminds me very much of the PlayStation 1 era with the graphical style. I absolutely love it. I think it's a beautiful thing that they've done. Before I continue though, let's read this letter. June the 2nd, 1959. Dear Mr. Rowe, I am proud to offer you, on behalf of the St. Marian Postal Service, the position of postman for our new division in the Little Vale residential development. You will report to George Smith, and your start date will be June the 13th, 1959. We will provide you with your delivery truck, your uniform, and other important information on June the 12th, at the St. Marian Post Office. We are very pleased to include you in our family, and are eager to see you at work. If you have any concerns, don't hesitate to contact us as soon as possible. Our main character is having constant nightmares. The walk through the forest was one such. I find it a bit odd that he calls that a nightmare where all you do is walk in a forest and then that's it. I have had well worse nightmares than what this guy goes through. Like, here we are just walking through some trees, yet this isn't a nightmare at all. It's actually very pretty. I enjoy it quite a lot. There's something you may notice here. There's a lot of black dots all over the screen. At first I was wondering if it was a issue with the game or whether it's intended. And from watching other Let's Plays of this, yeah, it seems that it is indeed intentional. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Sometimes you can't even notice it. I've just picked up a little item. There's a cabin around here and several characters make mention of it. If you pick up these items, which appear to be some form of key, then the cabin opens, I guess. This is partially a blind run. I have played about 20 minutes of this game and that's it, so I haven't really gotten that far. Let's speak to this dude. Go away, they'll find me. They'll take me and my dog, and God help us. This place, the town of Little Vale, there's a lot of construction work everywhere because the town is in development. I can't speak dog, but I wish I could. This dog's cool. Little Vale looks very much like your stereotypical American town, where they love pie and coffee, a bit like Twin Peaks or the game Deadly Premonition, or even the old style of PC games such as Harvester, which I believe is on Steam in Good Old Games. Like all of those, including Helltown, you always get this depiction of this American town where everything seems very nice and pretty at a glance. It's very traditional family values. But as time goes on and you begin to look deeper, you can see, well, outright madness and just violence all over the place. In the game Harvester, these characters are just insane maniacs and people are being abused and just outright killed and no one cares. And there's this overarching theme of cannibalism where you see people getting their heads smashed in and then characters are like licking the blood from their mouths. It's awful. All of the women in this game have very weird hands. It's incredibly like fat hands, like those fat foam hands that you can see at American football games, things like that. They've all got these really elaborate smiles as well. By speaking to them, you can see that they've all got names, like there's Nancy and there's a woman here as well called Maud. And the reason for that is because as a postman, you have to go to the post office and deliver letters to them. You can't speak to everyone though. This one, for example, can't talk to you at all. You can see this white bar at the top of the screen. It looks like a horizontal light. It's your sprint bar. The smaller it gets, the less you can run. Now here's the cabin. You can see that earlier I picked up two little like tablets, and here they are just on the wall. Maybe it's just a delusion, but I feel like someone's watching me in there. Earlier I was speaking about the developers of this game, and I actually sent them a little message on the Steam community forums speaking to them about their inspirations, how they mentioned the lack of Unity assets and their thought process behind the game. They said that the reason they included it was because if you keep seeing the same assets over and over again, it distracts from the experience and really breaks the immersion, especially with horror games where keeping you in the atmosphere, which is gradually building itself up, or at least ideally anyway, is a very important thing. The developers are called WildArts, and this is their first main game that they've released. I think they're students because they said that they're studying 3D art design. There's a cave here. I did not notice this before, but let's investigate anyway. I can hear noises. I don't think I'm alone here. I should be careful because there are threats in the game. And these candles aren't 2D. It's like the old Doom and Wolfenstein games where no matter where you look, the items are always following you. Yeah, the monument is whispering. Oh, there's another tablet here. You have to be careful about these tablets because I think that they can despawn. This third one is the only one I've been able to find in day one. What happens is, as a postman, you have to deliver letters to people, and then when that's done, you go to sleep in the hotel, have a nightmare, and then you deliver even more letters, and things start to change in the town, and you get additional items which help you progress further into the story. One thing I don't like about the game is how if you talk to someone or you interact with an item and you see the words pop up, you can't actually skip them. Or at least you can, but only if they have several things to say. A lot of the times you're just forced to read through it, and the text scrolls rather slowly. I can read it easily even if it was at a much faster pace. This pile of rocks is pretty odd. It is indeed pretty odd because there's a secret here as well. You can see this bush here. What you need to do is look past the bush and there's a cat. And you get an achievement. Kitty, kitty. You can see I'm talking to the pastor. I'm trying to not speak to him. I'm trying to press escape. I'm pressing all the buttons, and you can't move when things are talking, or if your character is thinking about something, if he's investigating an item, that is. And it's a bit annoying. I'd much rather you be able to fast forward the text, especially considering it moves so slowly by default. Now we have to find Rachel. As I've already completed this segment of the game, I already know where she is. It's this woman here. Get this rather sad or creepy light piano music every time you deliver a letter. It's a bit concerning. But then again, all of these characters, I'll just look at their faces. The way they smile so happy, it's as if they're hiding something from you. It's a little bit like the game We Happy Few, where it's part of the overall experience of the game, the town, with all the atmosphere, how everyone is looking super happy. And the reason is because they're incredibly drugged up, and if you do not follow their rules at all, they will just, well, kick the shit out of you. Now I need to find Patrice. Where is he? If I remember correctly, is the guy outside the general store here. And I was right, there he is. I like all of this construction just dotted about the place. Really helps make this place seem alive with how they mention this place is all in development and they're still building it all. It also gives the developers a very good excuse as to why the town isn't bigger. This one's addressed to the pastor, but that one's easy because he's always standing outside the church. Now that we've delivered the letter, we can go to bed at last. Helltown says that it doesn't contain cheap jump scares, but this nightmare scene we're about to enter does have cheap jump scares. At least I thought they were cheap anyway, but you may disagree with me on this matter. As John Rowe's questioning why is my door open, it's probably because he isn't a lucid dreamer. Although he's having constant nightmares, it's possible that he believes this is all in the real world until he wakes up. I myself have had many nightmares like this, and also lucid ones. They're always very frightening. What kind of animal makes that sound? Now, the devs did say Amnesia the Dark Descent was an inspiration, And you see this lantern here? Later in the game we will get to pick it up. This statue wasn't here before. The first time I saw it, it really made me jump. You don't hear a sound effect though, and I like that. You may say it's a cheap jump scare, or at least I say it's a cheap jump scare because it's just there in front of you, it just teleports. The fact that it doesn't have some orchestral shriek like in, say, Dead Space or many other games for that matter, means that it is at least better for the atmosphere. Because in the real world, if this was real, you wouldn't have some opera team or, you know, some dudes with violins just waiting to just shrill it up with the soundtrack. You can see Jesus is on the crucifix here. Either that or he's just got his arms wide open. That's if it is meant to be Jesus anyway. I think it is. Though there is a pastor at church and this is called Helltown after all. And that made me jump then. Again, no sound effect. Only the swoosh noise as the whatever it is just went past. Considering I'm saying that it's cheap jump scares and yet I'm praising them for what they're doing, I'm thinking I should take back what I said and say, no, this isn't cheap jump scares. That was good. You know what, yeah, I take it back. These jump scares are actually quite good. They are jump scares though, and that can be a problem. If it's in moderation, I guess. If it's just bombed at you all the time, then that's just a horrible experience in general. Unless you're playing a game where you know it's going to happen. Like say Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, where the clue is in the title. Although that one is a bit too much of a walking simulator, sadly. I would have preferred it if the game was more concentrated, instead of just wandering around empty rooms so often. The homeless man is gone. The dog is around though, he's in the town centre. And you can see this little tablet is here, but it wasn't here before. So that is what makes me think that these tablets do despawn, and if you miss one in say day 1 or day 2, then it's impossible to get them all in later days. I could be wrong in this matter though. From this point on, I will be running blind. I haven't played any more of this game. So that does mean if a jump scare happens, I'll be more likely to react to it. I am aware that there are 3 tablets to collect, and I do know where they are. The first one we saw by the dog kennel. The second one, however, is right near where we started. We'll have to check the underground cave as well, because we really don't want to be missing them. I like to show off as much as Helltown as possible. Though, saying that, there are 3 endings. In terms of other Let's Players, there's been very few people playing this. I saw that Matt from Two Best Friends did a little run of it. He didn't complete it though. Mr. Cravin, he streamed it. And I've seen a few others, but very few and far between. I've lost my marbles, but I swear it moved since yesterday. Yeah, it's bent, hasn't it? Wasn't it straight in day 1? And the whisperings are also getting louder. It's very spoopy. I couldn't find anything in the cave at all. But I did find this little tablet. Right outside the drugstore. So we've now collected 3 on day 1 and 3 on day 2. Remember before I mentioned the complaint about skipping dialogue? Well, here's the thing. Look at the speech of the pastor here. You can see that I'm missing a lot of the dialogue by pressing E. What ideally should happen is when you press the E key or whatever key the game wants you to press, it should fill out the text instead of just slowly scrolling, so that you can just read it all straight away. But instead it just skips it, and I don't like that at all. One thing I also don't like is, look at this bench. You see how it looks a bit white here? Yeah, as you move forward you can see the black horizontal lines of the planks of wood that create the bench. You can see it in the gates as well. It's another thing I dislike. These packages are getting very unusual now. This one is soggy and is addressed to someone called Laura. Oh, and here's the dog. He'll follow you for a bit and that's about it. He'll sometimes run off on his own, but if you ever approach him he'll just keep going back to you. So Laura has a soggy item that belongs above her fireplace. I've noticed there's less people around here as well. There were about 5 people before here. Now there's only 1, just Laura. If you knock on someone's house, you just get a message saying you can't barge in there because someone owns it. Lilith showed us. She has showed us so much. There's something inside this shack waiting. So with the mentions of Lilith, the pastor, church, Helltown, and of course the Jesus figure, It does definitely seem like Christianity is a very major influence here in why they decided to style the game as it is. This whole town as well feels very traditional, although there's no kids. I hate that dog. I hide in the bushes when he comes around. Violet's letter, you can see in the bottom right hand corner, although it's a bit faded, it says it's dealt with. I can't wait to try Rachel's special tea. My character says I feel drab. In day one he says he feels healthy. I'll have to check out these doors every day and see if anything different is said. Now, I can't talk to these bloody women. Yeah, I do need a woman. There you are. No, it's not her. Neil? Neil who? Never heard of a guy called Neil. No sir, oh no, they've got Neil. Considering there's so few people here, it's very difficult to find where this bloody woman is. Unless she's the guy that's talking to the construction worker. That's absolutely right, it was. This job is ridiculous. I can't believe the story is a dude who has to move to this town and basically walk 30 foot or so to deliver these letters. These people could easily do it themselves. Why do they need me to do it? So I've got a circle of stone. You need to travel to various areas on the map. I'm a bit of an idiot because I showed you all these different areas and then I picked up the stone where I need to activate them. Oh dear. What the? I'm locked in. I need to find the keys. This is bullshit. Who locks it with 3 separate keys? Look at this. Bloody hell, the amount of locks I've got on here. Thank gosh I've got infinite flashlight power. A lesser game, one with many shitty... Oh god. Oh wow, there's people looking at me. Spoopy. So as I was saying, a more crappy game would have had us searching for batteries every 5 minutes. I never did understand that mechanic. If you've ever used a flashlight in your life, you'll know that they can last for hours. Yet in a computer game, you're replacing them by the minute. It's a bit unusual because in computer games they often... Oh god! They often make things a lot more powerful, like in real life your character couldn't survive. In Metal Gear Solid you can survive hundreds of gunshots, things like that. And yet, in real life, you know, a single bullet and that's it, you're done. A bullet shoots off your finger and, you know, you may die. Oh, fuck me. Oh, I'm dead. So because I didn't complete that chapter, it seems to have jumped me to this place instead. Oh no, there's someone trapped in there. So this is the Amnesia Dark Descent moment. I'm going to have to play through this again and complete that scene. Make sure we don't get killed by the monsters. Gosh, you can talk to this guy. The human comes to us from beyond this shroud. Has he met the giant, I wonder? Oh my gosh, there's a spoopy scary skeleton here. Oh wow. Ooh, I feel bad for that guy, impaled right up the tummy. Though this one gets it bad right through the mouth. Oh my. Even his foot as well, the foot and the mouth. Terrible ways to go. Oh god! Oh dear dear. Didn't expect that. Sorry. I didn't think he was a threat. What the? I'm here again. If I die in the forest, I go to the Amnesia Land. If I die in the Amnesia Land, I go to the forest. And the ghosts are here again. I have to be careful of sprinting because I want to make sure to avoid the monsters instead of spending it just looking for keys. Oh dear, this map's actually quite big. So there's one. I'm curious about something. If I unlock a door, will it still be locked if I die and come back, or will it have reset? I hope it doesn't reset. I can see them. I can see the lights. Run. Oh god, fuck stealth. Oh my god, I can actually move quite a bit. Okay, I've got 2 keys, excellent. I'm looking for keys, but I'm also trying to look for the way out. Okay, I think I've lost them. Possibly. I'm not sure how the AI works, whether they follow you forever, or if they do lose you. Oh no. No, he's gonna get me. I'm so sorry everyone. I still need one more. Shit the bed. Ooh no, this is bad. So I know there is more than one monster. There's at least 2 of them. I probably shouldn't look back because I know they're following me. It just slows me down. Oh no, I thought I heard footsteps there. Oh dear, there's one. Okay, I just need to be calm and just try and retrace my steps. There's a map here. You are here. And there's the keys. Oh dear, it's right there. Oh no, that was actually quite scary. I was worried then he was actually going to do me in. I'm not really fond of this gameplay, where you're just doing fetch quests. It's a bit too slender, the 8 pages for my liking. Or Bendy and the Ink Machine, where that was all you really did. I'm not too keen on the stamina meter for this game. You recover it quite fast, but it also goes down relatively quickly. I'd probably have enjoyed it if you could sprint for longer. Oh! No, 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 no. I ran right into that guy. Oh dear. I'm gonna wait for my sprint to go up a little bit and then that's it, I'm running. I can't believe I'm such a gonad. I walked straight into that dude. Okay, I've lost him. So I need one more. So there's the gate, so I need to follow the path to the very, very end. Oh my god, I heard something in the bushes there. That scared me. I can hear things. Things are moving in these bushes. The sound's excellent. It's really spooking me. And the key is there. No, there it was. There it was. Damn it. Sorry. What the? So I'm just here again. Oh no, and it does reset. At least I know where they are now, so I can complete this a hell of a lot more quickly. As soon as you learn the layout of the map, you can get these quite fast. Sadly, these monsters can do the same to you. They can get you quite quickly. Mr. Key has to be around here somewhere. Oh, no, and so does Mr. Demon, and so does Mr. Demon's friend. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm lost. I actually am quite lost, I'm sorry. No, oh no, 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 this is bad. Oh, I may be able to outrun these dudes. I just have to make sure I don't get a circle on me and I should be okay. Oh gosh. Oh, I hate the sounds they make, it's awful. Oh, it's really good and all, but it's awful just listening to them. It's just horrible creatures. These guys have got a right fucking problem with me. No, 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 no. Damn it. No. Got the key. Yes, this is the third one. Oh no, 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 you don't. No, you don't. No, you no, 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 no. Just sprint, boy. I can hear them. Yes, we've made it. Oh, fucking hell. That was there's fireworks in the distance and that really made me jump.